What is up, guys? Today we have another unboxing coming right up. It is the Machenike K7. Let's get right into it. First and foremost, I am a huge box guy and I always appreciate some good quality packaging. Inside the box is another box for the keyboard itself, and inside that box is the keyboard wrapped in this styroplastic material. It also has the manual and a keycap puller if you want to switch up your keycaps. This keyboard also comes with a Type-C cable, but we'll talk more about that later in the video. This box is honestly very minimalistic, yet it still gets me excited to see what is inside. Now let's talk about the keyboard. So this keyboard costs about $40 or 2,200 pesos. But I got it from Lazada's flash sale for 1,400 pesos. The keyboard has a wheel to control the lighting effects, and it has two switches. One for connecting the keyboard to Apple, Android, or Windows devices, and the other one for connectivity modes such as Bluetooth and wired connection, and obviously the Type-C port. Right under the keyboard is the keyboard stand, which is essentially to make you feel more comfortable when you're using it. Now moving on to the lighting. This variant only comes with this ice blue LED, but there is also a full RGB variant for 2,500 pesos. Unfortunately, my desktop can't connect through Bluetooth, so it's time to plug this keyboard in. It comes with a Type-C cable, and I'm actually relieved to finally see a gold-plated Type-C cable. The benefit of having a gold-plated cable is obviously for longevity and durability, because you have that extra layer on top of the plug itself. When you set the connection switch to cable, it'll obviously turn off, but you can charge the keyboard and expect around 40 to 50 hours of battery life, and that's actually really impressive considering its price. The keyboard itself feels very premium, and it also has some weight to it. The Machenike K7 comes in 4 different switches. This one I have right now is a blue switch variant, but you can also get it in black, red, and brown switches. If I am not mistaken, this is the quality control pass, and I really appreciate Machenike for making sure that their products pass the quality control test and making sure that they don't send you a defective keyboard. Honestly, one of the downsides for me is that these switches aren't mass-produced switches, such as Cherry MX's or Autemo switches. These key switches are actually manufactured by Machenike themselves. You can find it in their website, and I'll make sure to link it down below. So moving on to the design, the Machenike K7 looks really sick in my opinion. The keyboard has a small vent up top, and it also has some subtle branding on the right side of the keyboard. The Machenike K7 has an ergonomic design for maximum comfort and efficiency. It has 19 different lighting effects. It's time to turn off the lights and see what it looks like in the dark. The first lighting effect is what other companies call the fadeaway, where the keycaps light up and fade after you press it. The second lighting effect is the lights fading by column from left to right and coming back from right to left. The third lighting effect has this sort of diagonal line effect coming from left to right. The fourth one is each row of keys lighting up from left to right. This one is by far my favorite. I think it's called the raindrop, and it basically acts like rain hitting the ground. The sixth one is similar to the second one, except it is much slower. And the seventh one is also similar to the raindrop, but also much slower. The eighth effect has this dark line going around counterclockwise. The ninth effect has a horizontal line coming from top to bottom. The 10th one has a diagonal line going from left to right. The 11th one is breathing. This is the most common lighting effect amongst LED keyboards. The 12th effect is obviously steady, with no animations at all. The 13th lighting effect has vertical lines going towards both directions from whichever key you press. The 14th one is similar to the last one, but with a horizontal line. The 15th lighting effect is like the mix between the 13th and the 14th one. And the 16th lighting effect is this wave. The 17th one is similar to the fadeaway, but all the keys are lit instead of the LED lights being off. I may have missed 2 lighting effects, but trust me, this keyboard won't disappoint. Now my final thoughts for the Machenike K7. This keyboard obviously has a lot of lighting effects you can choose from. It is obviously very well built and it feels very premium. It has some weight to it. It has a very ergonomic design with a cell branding. I wouldn't call it minimalistic, but it's sort of in between a loud keyboard and a minimalistic one. Overall, I have to say that this beats any other keyboard I've bought in the past under $30. The only trade-off to the K7 for me is the use of original key switches, which may be very difficult to find compared to mass-produced ones, but everything else aside, I highly recommend this keyboard. Now let's move on to the typing test. The switches are very loud and tactile since it is a blue switch. And that is all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.